Bradley Ho. Well, I'm back in the workshop because work to do on the website and so on. And yeah, after the happy of yesterday, getting the 50 subs, I had the sad. My little shower didn't make it. Big shout out to Vince. I got to the point where my brain was spinning. I had exhausted every thought in my head. Everything I knew over the last 30 years was just going out the window. So had a couple of chats with Vince and he gave me some ideas. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be. So the little shower went over the little rainbow bridge, as they say, at about midnight last night. Not happy. Not happy. One of my favourite fish. The first fish I'd had off a top end breeder. So yeah, that's along with the triumphs we have the failures, and that was a bit of a failure. But onwards and upwards, as I say. I've beat myself up about it all morning, and we have to move on from these things and look after the rest of the water piggies who seem to be doing fine. And you wouldn't believe there were hellish storms here the last couple of days. It's bright blue skies and sunshine now. Needs to make its flipping mind up. But yeah, so I thought I'd take a 5-minute break in the workshop from doing a bit of work on the website. Just noticed you can see Flat Eric in the background. Who's old enough to remember Flat Eric? Funny little so-and-so. So yeah, just stopped, have a quick natter with you guys. Excited about this season. I'm going to try and get in on the Adam Beyer growing show as well as the Balding Reefer. Now, is it Goshki or Goshiki? Oh, I don't know. So someone say Shusu or Shusui. I think it's Shusui. But I'm going to try and get in on the Adam Beyer growing show because he's doing a Showa growing show. Well, Showa and Asagi. And that's happening through the YouTube channel Koi Diaries. So shout out to him. So that's 2 little shout outs. And I'm doing the as I say, the Balding Reefer one. That should be interesting. And on Friday I pick up my Shisui from the Balding Reefer himself. So that'll be good. Yeah, go on the Balding Reefer's channel. Friday evening live. It's going to be a blast. And I'm going to be taking up a couple of bits of stock to put into his raffle. So there'll be some interesting little bits there, especially for you guys, or all the Balding Reefers guys anyway. What else is going on? Not a lot really. It's just plodding along, trying to get the website fully stocked up, which is a slog. If any of you have any ideas for the website, let me know. Email address is on my channel description. And we'll see if this season I can't get the business up and running a bit. That'd be nice. Be nice for some of you guys to pop down when I get the shop finished. Nip in and have a cup of coffee and a natter. Especially if you're coming to Skeggy for the weekend, going to Butlins or whatever. Which I know a lot of people do. Not my cup of tea. And why would I want to go to Butlins when I'm 5 miles down the road from it? But certainly this year I think a lot of people are going to be holidaying in the UK, and Skeggy gets pretty busy and there's quite a bit to do. So if you're passing through, give me a shout. We'll have a brew and natter about fish. And apart from that, we're just plodding along as usual. Oh, you might have noticed at the start of this video, I've tried to do a little intro. Let me know what you think. It's very simple, but I've tried to do a little intro. And I'm going to put a little outro at the end. Yes. So you have to watch right until the end. Let me know what you think of them. And that's about it, really. Apart from to wholeheartedly agree with the twisted one, Vince. It's getting silly. So silly. People seem to be thriving on pulling each other apart. Stop it. I'm 52 years old. I left the playground, 35 years ago. I don't want to be back in the playground. My pond's bigger than your pond. My filter's bigger than your filter. Hell, if you want to get into pond sizes, there's not many that have got a bigger pond than me. There's not many that have got bigger filter bays than me. But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you've got 1,000 litre IBC or a 50,000 litre lake. We're in it for the same thing. We're in it to keep the fish, watch them grow, make mistakes, have triumphs. Some of us are in it to meet other people and have a bit of a giggle. Some of us are in it because we had a goldfish bowl when we were 4. Some of us are in it to deeper levels of spending £20,000 on a pond. Some of us have got little businesses. Some of us breed. Some of us grow on fry and sell them. Some of us have little shops. Some of us do nothing. Some of us dig a hole in the ground that's just a load of clay full of water with a few frogs in it and a couple of fish. Who cares? So long as you enjoy it, so long as it's something you love, then who gives a damn what anyone else has got? And to be honest, I've spent 30 plus years keeping fish without YouTube, without Facebook, without forums. I don't need aggro. If you don't like what I say, you don't like what I've got, you think you're bigger than I am, fine. There's no skin off my nose, honestly. If that's what you're on here for, whoever half these people are, you're wasting your time, because there's a lot of us that really don't give a damn. And you can't get under the skin of people who basically go, it is what it is. When someone gets to the point of it is what it is, they've learned enough in life that you can't affect them. Now, I've not been on the receiving end of any of this. I've not even really seen it because, as I say, I spent 30 years without the forums and everything. It's very rare I'll go and read the comments. It's very rare I'll scroll through everything. Actually, I tell a fib, I have been on the receiving end of this. On one of the Facebook groups that's billed as a really friendly, welcoming group. And the first comment I put up, I got absolutely ripped apart by a professional person who goes and does scrapes and tells people what's wrong with their pond. Because what I said contradicted him. and that means that he wouldn't have got his business. Sorry, I just paused you. Sandwich delivery. Food. Meat. Yeah, I was on the receiving end of it. And this guy, I was obviously going to hurt his business because he was telling people that parasites are rife in the middle of winter. Now, everything I know about parasites is they tend to go dormant in winter and they tend to break out in the spring. So he's probably charging people 40 or 50 quid to go and scrape their fish, and then another 40 or 50 quid to treat their fish for something that is going to bite them in the butt in about a month and a half's time. Experts. They're all legends in their own lunchbox, and most of them know very little more than we do. Whether you've been keeping fish 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, a year. A lot of them, in my opinion, make you believe that you don't know what you're talking about. But that's another story for another day. The story for today is stop it. Stop being children in the playground. Just, whoa, people, do it for the hobby. Don't do it for the showing off, because nobody really cares. And that's all I've got to say about it.